Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
To get things started, let's hear from our first reviewer.
This reviewer began their experience with this electric bike on a positive note, remarking on the impressively fast shipping. However, the initial setup proved to be more involved than expected, with a significant number of pieces to assemble. Once built, the first impressions were generally good, but it didn't take long for some issues to surface. After just a couple of days, our reviewer noticed the suspension was exceptionally soft, feeling squishy and raising concerns about its suitability for heavier riders. A persistent squeaking sound also began to emerge during rides. Several design choices struck this client as odd. The e-bike included passenger foot pegs, yet a prominent warning label explicitly forbade carrying a second rider. Furthermore, a low-beam headlight remains constantly on with no apparent way to switch it off, leading to worries about unnecessary battery drain. While the saddle was soft, its surface material became uncomfortable on longer trips. The battery indicator was also a point of frustration, offering only a simple green or red lightning bolt icon rather than a more detailed display of the remaining charge. Unfortunately, after about a month of use, the most significant flaw became undeniable. The battery life was extremely poor. Our reviewer found that a full charge would be nearly depleted after a ride of less than 10 miles, making it clear why a dual battery version of this model is offered. This was a major disappointment, especially when compared to a previous, less powerful e-bike that could travel across the entire city on a single charge. Compounding the problem, the tires showed premature wear, and the battery itself took a long time to charge only to drain rapidly. Ultimately, the initial optimism gave way to a strong feeling of dissatisfaction with the product's performance.
Awesome! Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer found this electric bike to be exceptionally well-made and durable, handling all sorts of conditions with ease. Right from the start, the ride quality was noticeably smooth, and its performance surpassed the listed specifications. Our reviewer, who weighs around 320 pounds, was genuinely surprised by the sheer power this e-bike delivered, a concern they initially had. During one ride, they were able to reach speeds approaching 40 miles per hour. It has since become a reliable vehicle for a daily work commute, and one of its most impressive features is the battery performance. Even when ridden until the dual batteries were almost completely drained, there was no noticeable loss of power or acceleration, which speaks volumes about its consistency. The only minor issue this client encountered was a slight rattling sound from the suspension system when navigating particularly bumpy terrain. Otherwise, they considered the machine to be perfect. As a helpful note for potential buyers, our reviewer, who is over 6 feet tall, mentioned that the bike was almost too tall for them, so shorter riders may want to consider the frame size. One of the most pleasant surprises was the number of high-quality accessories included that weren't even mentioned in the description. The package came with a full set of tools for assembly and adjustments, a tire pump, a cell phone holder, a combination lock, and even spare parts like extra inner tubes and hardware. It also included a front-mounted rack for cargo. This attention to detail extended to the packaging itself. Though the box arrived badly damaged by the shipping company, the bike inside was perfectly protected and untouched. Overall, the client felt that the company truly thought of everything, delivering an outstanding product that gets everything right from comfort to quality.
Fantastic! Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer recently made the leap into the world of electric bikes, choosing this particular model based on its strong overall reviews and distinctive appearance. After a week of using this electric bike for the daily commute to work, our reviewer is absolutely thrilled with the experience, actually finding themselves looking forward to the ride home each day. Upon arrival, this e-bike surprised our client with a generous array of unexpected accessories. These included practical items like fold-away foot pegs, a rear rack which hasn't been installed yet, a phone holder, a combination lock complete with a frame holder, and even a compact air pump. It was a pleasant bonus that added to the initial positive impression. There was a minor hiccup during the order process, as the specific version and color our reviewer selected turned out to be out of stock after the purchase was completed. However, the company handled this with admirable transparency, proactively informing our client and ultimately sending an additional battery as compensation for the inconvenience. This early demonstration of proactive and timely customer service truly stood out. Despite not being particularly mechanically inclined, our reviewer found the assembly process for this electric dirt bike quite manageable, completing it in approximately 90 minutes without encountering any significant problems. A quick adjustment to the settings on the display allowed our client to achieve a top speed of 29 mph, which they assure is more than adequate for their needs. The only minor point of contention was the rather vague assembly and operation instructions, likely a result of an English language barrier at the production site. Thankfully, an abundance of helpful videos available online quickly got our reviewer on the right track. Ultimately, this client rarely leaves reviews, but felt compelled to share their experience due to the outstanding customer service and the unexpectedly high quality of this.
And that's a wrap. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you've got thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.